If you've ever wondered how to turn hindsight into your superpower, welcome aboard. Today we're going through the attic of 2025, see what treasures are there, and maybe some dodgy relics. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Quality of Life Quest. My name is Anneke. Now, the end of the year quite often feels like a blur. It's go, go, go. It usually starts in November already. There's this, I don't know what it is actually. I find it's more prominent in Great Britain than it was in the Netherlands, where I grew up. In the Netherlands, Christmas is a religious holiday, or at least it was, and there is no gift giving. The gift giving is at the beginning of December, but in Great Britain, Christmas is a really big thing. So the tension starts halfway November, and then it's go, 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 all the way to the new year. There is very little time for reflection. So for the first episode of 2026, I would like to look back to 2025 and see what you can learn from it. So the challenge today, if you want to accept it, is to take your diary and see what happened during 2025. Start at the beginning and just flick through it and see all the appointments you had, whether that's for work, whether it's private, whether it's the gym, whether it's maybe hospital visits, maybe you went on a holiday. Just note all the good things and all the bad things. And I can almost guarantee you that on both accounts, there are bits you've forgotten. A year can be quite long and things get kind of snowed under. So just take your time, sit down, go through your diary and note the highlights and note the lowlights. And then once you've done that, the highlights, they are really nice. They're good. You can sit back and go like, oh yeah, that was a good time. It's brilliant. Or, oh yeah, I achieved that. That's amazing. I'd forgotten about that. The low points in the year, however, you may want to forget about. Consider this. Think about the low moments of the year and what you learned from it. What were the silver linings of the bad situations you've had in 2025? For me personally, 2025 started off really, really, really badly. I had a burnout. It was not good. It started at the end of December and it lasted for 4 months. So for 4 months, I was home. And I then had to slowly reintegrate into work. And when I say slow, it was really, really, really slow. It took me 3 months to get back to my full hours again. That's not nice. It was a really, really bad time. Did it have silver linings? For me, yes, I learned a lot. I've been through bad times before, but this had its own special flavor. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and I learned a lot about work. I learned a lot about other people. And above all, I really, really sincerely hope that I will be a better therapist because of it. Through all the work I've done over the years, I try not to judge people. I try to be neutral. I try to put myself in their shoes. You can never do it to the full, but when you try to do that, it gives you empathy. It makes you see things in a different light. And if you go through things yourself, putting yourself in other people's shoes all of a sudden becomes way, way easier because you've lived it yourself. So what are the things you have learned from the past year? What are the things that surprised you? What are the insights you've gotten into your own life or into other people's life by going through your own diary And that's only 1 year. What if you do this year after year after year? And when you take those learnings forwards into the next year. Now, for some people, this might not be the exercise to do right now because the lows have been too low. I don't think highs can be too high. And I think that if there's a high, you really, really, really need to celebrate it and milk it for all it's worth. Lows, however, they can be so low that you want to leave it be for a while. I would advise you, though, to plan in some time to look into it, whether that's alone or whether that's with someone else, a family member, a friend, a therapist. For all I care, it's just to put your mind at rest. Your mind can keep on mulling things over and over and over again. But when you give it a date, I will look into it then that might put your mind at rest, at least till the decided date. You can talk about it. You can write it down. You can put it into a creative project, whatever is your way of communication. Whatever it is that you need to do in order to get a resolution, to get to your learning. Don't overthink it, because overthinking usually doesn't lead to anything good. But just to clear the air is enough. So what were your highlights for this year? I mean, as I said, you need to milk the good moments, so you might as well share them. And what were the silver linings? There's no need to get into too much detail about bad situations if you don't want to. That's absolutely fine. It would, however, be really nice to share the silver linings, because your silver linings might inspire other people, as in, oh yeah, actually, you do have a point there. It is true that you can learn from a bad situation, and it just might give other people inspiration or a nudge to find their silver lining. So this is it for the first episode of 2026. Today's the 2nd of January. It's my birthday, and I usually take some time out to figure out what I'm going to do for the coming year. I do tend to start early in December already. But yeah, my birthday seems to be a really good time to kind of, make it an official start. For you, hopefully, you've still got some time off this week. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of 2026. As I said before, put in the comments what your learnings are. What have you learned from the past year? How would you like to start your 2026? But it's good to start the year by looking back and create an even more solid foundation for this coming year. May the road rise up to meet you. Until next time, see you. Bye.